नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, chapter number 1, beginning from verse number 26. So we read that earth went to Brahma, and Brahma then went to Milky Ocean and prayed and got the message that Krishna will appear on earth. And he also ordered the Devas to take birth in Yadavas and Kuru's dynasty. So Sri Shuka Vacha iti adishya marganan prajapatir patir vibhohu ashvasya cha mahim girbhi swadhame paramam yeyo. So instructing the Devas in this way, then the powerful Brahma, who is the master of Prajapatis, consoling earth with his words, he went to his own abode. So iti Sri Vishnu Vadesh Anuvad Prakarena. So in this way, Prajapati or Brahma, he gave the message of Vishnu to the Devas and went away. So now he focuses on Mathura, how Krishna appeared. So he says, Shuraseno yadupatir mathuramavasan purim mathuran sursenascha vishyan bubujhe pura. In the earlier time, the king of Yadavas, Yadupati, was Shurasena, and he ruled from Mathura. He was the king of the Mathura region and also the land called Shurasena. So this whole area was also known as Shurasena. There is also language which is called Shauraseni, Prakrit Bhasha. So he protected the earth and he lived here. Vasudev grihe janma vakshan stadupyogini katha maha suraiti. With the intention to speak about Krishna's appearance in the house of Vasudev, he is describing the story related to that in this verse. Vishayan Deshan. Vishaya also means kingdom. Vishaya also means sense object. Vishaya also means any object. Rajdhani tatah sabhut sarva yadav bhuvajam Mathura Bhagwan yatra nityam sannihito hari. So at that time Mathurapuri was the kingdom of the Yadavas. The various kings, Sarva Yadav Bhuvajam. So there were many small kings, but their main capital was Mathura. And Mathura is the place where Krishna lives eternally. So this shows that there are two Mathuras, the visible and the invisible. Because it says Yatra Nityam Harihi Sannihita, that Hari or Krishna is ever present there. So obviously ever present we don't see in the visible one, so there must be the Aprakat Mathura. So he is in Mathura always, sometimes Prakat, sometimes Aprakat, but he is ever present. So therefore Mathura is important. Mathura is also one of the 7 cities which give moksha. Ayodhya, Mathura, Maya, Kasi, Kanchi, Ravantika, Puri, Dwaravati, Chaiva, Saptate, Mokshadayika. So Mathura, Ayodhya, Haridwar, Kashi, Kanchipuram, Avanti, Ujjain, and Dwarka. These are called 7 Puris which give liberation. So Mathura is the chief of that, because Krishna is personally present here. Nityam Sannihita iti anena.
A question, Babaji.
Yes.
I think we studied before in Bhāgavatam, Lord Ramchandra sent Satrughna to Mathura when one Daitya was living there, and he killed the Daitya and established Mathura as his Nagari. So when Daitya was living, it was this material and it was not in other way. I mean, how do we reconcile that? Since then it becomes the Mathura Nagari.
No, Mathura Nagari is always there. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes manifest, sometimes unmanifest. So just as we said yesterday that the Vedas become manifest, some parts of Vedas become manifest to some sages. So like that, these cities also become manifest and unmanifest. When Krishna comes, it becomes manifest. Now also Mathura is there, but it is not the manifest Mathura. So when he established Mathura, the eternal Mathura was still there. So he established the visible one. So Sri Vishnath says, Nityam Sannihita iti anena swayam Bhagavan paripurnaha Shri Krishnas tatra swadhamani sada vartamana eva आविर्भूय प्रपंच गोचरी भवति न तो कुतश्चित् वैकुंठादिभ्य आगत्य अवतरिति इति व्यंजितम्. So why this statement is made here, that Mathura Bhagavan yatra nityam sannihito hari? So this is to imply or indicate that Krishna does not come down from Vaikuntha like other avatars, but he is eternally present. He just becomes manifest here. So therefore he says that he is Paripurna Bhagavan, he is the complete Bhagavan. He is not avatara, so he is ever present in his abode, Mathura, and he just becomes Prapancha Gochari, means he becomes visible to the people of this world. So that is his Leela. Na tu kutaschid vaikuntadibhya avatarti. He does not descend from.
That here Mathura means Mathura Mandal or only Mathura?
Wherever he appears. He appeared in Mathura.
Because he is saying that Bhagavan always exists in living in Mathura, not in Vrindavan always.
Vrindavan also. So don't be depressed. How far is Mathura from here? Then you'll say he's in Vrindavan, then you'll say he's in this room. Right? At one point in time he will be only in one place, right? So even if he is in Vrindavan, where he will be in Vrindavan? In one place, then you'll say, is he here? This is not Vrindavan. Right? So if he is in Mathura, he is there. It's not that he is just sitting in one place and he is not moving. So Mathura is 84 square miles or more, 84 krosha. So that's his Mathura. But now we have to figure out where he is at present. Yeah, track him. So kincha tadavirbhava samaye vaikuntha shvetadvipādibhya tadansha agatya tatra milito bhavanti. Moreover, when Krishna becomes manifest here, then the other forms of Vishnu, they also come and merge into him. And then when he becomes manifest, they also leave him. Lilante taiva punastatra tatra yanti. So at that time they go back. Tesam eva vaikunthadibhya avtaranam. Vaikunthadi arohanam chaiti prasiddhirgeya. So it is they only who come from Vaikuntha and leave from Vaikuntha, for Vaikuntha. So therefore sometimes when he is said that he is avatar of so and so, right? So then it is not referring to him, Swayam Bhagavan, but that particular manifestation who is inside, because they are the one who come and merge in him. So that way all descriptions are right. Because he has other avatars inside and they come down. So instead of referring to Krishna, you can refer to him because he is also there. So if you say that he is avatar of Vaman Dev or he is avatar of Mahavishnu, then that is not wrong. Because then they are referring to that particular personality inside him. But he is Swayam Bhagavan. So he doesn't go anywhere and he does not come from anywhere. So then Golok Dhamni Tad Namni, right? Devi Mahesh Haridham Sute Suteshu. So Goloka is above everything or is here? Where is it? So this is called Devi Dham, right? Mahesh Dham. Paravaresho Mahadanshikto Hiyajopi Jato Bhagavan Yatha Agni. So as it is said in 3rd Canto, 2nd chapter, 15th verse, that Paravaresho Mahadanshi Yukto Hiyajopi Jato Bhagavan Yathagni. So he says that Bhagavan is Paravaresha. He is the Isha of Para and our material, transcendental, this side, that side. And he is Mahadansha Yukta. So Mahadansha Yukta means that all other Anshas are in him. Mahad does not means that he is part of Mahad. Or Mahad is in him. Means all other Anshas are in him. So, and although he is Aja, he has taken birth. So Bhagavan Yathagni. So just as fire, you have wood. So fire is inside the wood. But then when you burn it, then fire comes out. Right? So when it is unmanifest, you can catch the wood in your hand, it does not burn. Right? You can sleep on the wooden bed. But there is fire inside it. But then when it comes out, you cannot touch it. So like that, he is inside now, and you don't see it. And then when he comes out, then he becomes visible. So he just becomes manifest. So as fire does not come from anywhere, but it becomes manifest. And to make it manifest, some process is there. So like that, This is the process of his becoming manifest for the protection of his devotees, to remove the burden of earth, to increase the fame of his devotees, to kill asuras. All these various causes are there. So with that he manifests. So this was described in third canto. So tasyam tu karhit chaurir vasudeva kritodvaha devakyam suryaya sartham prayane ratham aruhat. So he is not going into any more details. Sursen's son was Vasudeva, and Vasudeva married 6 daughters of Devaka. Devaka and Ugrasena were brothers, and Ugrasena's son was Kansa, and Devaka had 7 daughters. 6 were already married to Vasudeva. Then the 7th one, when she became young, then Devak thought finding a suitable husband. So he decided, why go too far away, why not ask Vasudeva? If I marry my daughter somewhere else, then she has to deal with some other co-wives. Now they're all her sisters, right? So she will not feel lonely or discriminated. So he asked Vasudeva that, would you like to marry my 7th daughter also? And he agreed, because he knew that Krishna will take birth from her. So marriage party came. Only thing is that it is not clear where was Devak and Ugrasena. Where were they exactly? It is not mentioned anywhere. We only hear that Kamsa came to Mathura, but that is afterwards. Or maybe they were ruling in Mathura, but where was Vasudeva and Sursena? Because from there it looks like that Sursena was ruling in Mathura, but then we hear that Kamsa was ruling in Mathura. So it's not very clear where they were exactly. Obviously they were not in the same place. They must have been at some distance. So anyway, Vasudeva went tasyam tu karhichit. So he went and Devakyam Suryaya Sardham Prayane Rathamaruhat. So he went, and Tasyam seems to be in the same Mathurapuri. So that means Ugrasen and Devaka and Kamsa, they were here in Mathura, because Tasyam means Mathura. That Vasudeva came and married Devaki in Mathura, so he must be somewhere else. And then after marriage, he was going back. So he come, marriage party comes, stay 2-3 days, and then there is send off. So Devakya Suryaya Sardham. So along with Devaki, who was newly married to him, Prayane Ratham Aruhat. So he sat in a chariot, ready to leave for his place. So at that time Kamsa came. So Suryaya Navodhya, the word Surya also means a newly married wife. Surya means sun. Surya also means sun's wife. Surya is also used the word for newly married wife. So therefore Suryaya here is being used for Devaki. adjective of Devaki. Devakya Suryaya Sardham, along with. So he sat down in the chariot along with Devaki. So prayane vivaha uttara divashe nisgriham prayat. So after usually the day marriage happens, then next day they leave. So if marriage happens today, that day night they stay, then the next day the party leaves. So therefore it says uttara divashe, next day. So at that time Ugrasena Sutaha Kanshaha Swasuhu Priya Chikirshaya Rashmin Hayanam Jagraha Rokmai Ratha Shatai Vrataha. So when she was there, then all the other ladies and men, they are seeing of Devaki, they all surrounded the chariot because she is going first time leaving the house. So Kansa was also there, Kansa also came there. And he was very affectionate towards Devaki because she was the youngest. And generally youngest child becomes the object of affection of the whole family, right? Because he is like the plaything for everyone. Everybody is grown up, everybody bosses on that. And everybody also showers affection on the youngest one. So Devaki was very dear to Kamsa because Kamsa was already grown up. Although he was a cruel person, but cruel people also have affection for their relatives. It's not that they are cruel to everybody. If you talk to some mafia, then he may be very tough with you, but if you speak to their family member and ask about how is this person, he'll say, oh, he is very loving and kind. Right? So it's not that they behave the same way to everybody. They may be tough for other people, but to their own family, children, they are very affectionate. So Kamsa was also like that. So he, although he is a very powerful person, as we will read, and he had many people around him. He was very strong physically, very good in fighting. But he was very affectionate to his sister, and the sister is not what you call uterine sister, but uncle's daughter. So what you call cousin. So Priya Chikirshaya, to please her, he said, I will drive the chariot and I will go with you to see you off. So he came there and he told the driver of the chariot that you get off, because there was already a chariot driver ready to drive. So he says, no, you move and I will sit. So this was surprising for everybody, Kamsa doing that. So he took hold of the ropes, Rashmin Hayanam, of the horses, Jagraha, Rokmai, Ratha, Shatai, Ruta. And he himself was surrounded by hundreds of chariots made with gold or studded with golden things, Rokmai. So he was not just by himself, it was a big caravan of chariots. Because when he moves, many people move with him. So Bhagnya iti api patha, so there is a reading, some places instead of Swasu, there is a word used Bhagnya, and Bhagnim Bhaginim cha iti dvirupakosha. Although Bhagni is not a word, the word is Bhagini. Sister is also called Bhagini. But it seems there is a reading of Bhagnya, which means sister, is also Bhagni, which I have never heard. But it seems that in a dictionary called Dvirupa, both words are mentioned, Bhagni and Bhagini. So Rashmin Pragrahan. Rashmi here means the ropes to control the horses. So in the next two slokas it is described what all gifts, not what all, but some of the gifts which Devaka gave to Devaki at the time of marriage. So in India it is still a custom. When daughter is married, then father gives what they call as dowry, dahej. So many things are given to the daughter. I don't know if there is anything like this in the West, but in India this is a big thing. Many times in India the parents work all their life just to collect money for the daughter's marriage. So they will save money for daughter's marriage and they will take loan, and after the marriage they will be paying the loan for the rest of their life. It's a very common thing. When the daughter is born, they already start worrying about marriage. Yes, those who have daughter, they know it. Those who don't have, they are not worried. And if they have 2-3 daughters, then it's a big worry. So this is what he gave in dowry. Chatuhu shatam paribarham gajanam hemamalinam ashwanam ayutam sardham rathanam cha trishat satam dasinam sukumarinam dveshate samalankrite duhitre devake pradat yane duhitri vatsalaha. So, father of Devaki, Devaka, who was very affectionate to his daughter, Duhitri Vatsala, therefore he gave the following things in marriage. So, Chatuhu Shatam Paribarham Gajanam Hevamalina. He gave 400 elephants. How are you going to feed them? And where will you keep them? They're not going to do anything except eat. Right? So if he gave 400, he must have many more with him. So just like these days, rich people, they give car. Right? It's standard to give a car. And then depending how rich you are, then you give a fancy car or medium type car, but it is common now to give a car. So it is like giving an elephant. Because the other guy has to maintain it now. Of course, car does not eat, I think. Don't move it. But the elephant is going to eat. So imagine you give 400 cars. So you need a whole parking lot.
I think car also has some maintenance costs. You have to pay tax, right, for every car you own. So maybe it's actually comparable.
Well, in India, not so much.
Insurance?
And if you don't use it, no one is coming to bother you. But if you have 400, it's a problem just keeping them. 400, imagine 400 elephants. Then how many men you need to take care of them? Because elephant eats a lot. And how to keep them? Just think of keeping one elephant. And that's not it. 10,000 horses. You need a whole big town just for them. 10,000 horses. Right? Just think of 10,000 people, 10,000 human beings, 10,000 horses. They have to be fed, they have to be drunk, then they are passing their horse dung. Not smell so good. And that has to be cleaned up every day. No, you have to also take them for a walk. Like if you have a dog, you have to take the dog for a walk every day, otherwise the dog falls sick. Same with them. Right? घोड़ा आड़ा क्यों, पान सड़ा क्यों? पता है? सुना नहीं आपने? पहेली सुनी है आपने? पहेली गांव में पहेली होती थी, पान सड़ा क्यों, घोड़ा आड़ा क्यों? And there is something one more, and there is only one single answer for that.
पान में तो पानी नहीं डालने से
नहीं को उसको बदला नहीं था.
हाँ, गलत।
See, there is one more. So you have to also move them. If you don't move them, then they will get what you call arthritis. So now 10,000 horses, 4,000 elephants, cows he does not say, there must be cows also, but he didn't say, and 1,800 chariots. So now that's a lot. And so Rathanam cha Trishat Satam, and also he gave 200 girls to go along with Devaki to take care of her, so that she does not feel lonely. See, these days people are very lonely. They don't have anyone to talk to. Right? So then you are making friends on Facebook, here, there, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram and all that. So here the problem was not there, because in India there was no lack of human beings, even now. So one girl gets married, 200 are going free. So now he has to take care of these 200 girls also. Right? They will also, he has to probably get them married. It's not that they will stay unmarried for the rest of their life. They will be with Devaki. Devaki is married. So they have to be also arrange their residence, food. They get married, they will have children. So it is quite a complicated affair. And then I don't know how these kings would find any other time. Just looking after them. If you read Mahabharata, then it describes how Draupadi was taken care of when Pandavas were ruling. Then how Draupadi was actually looking after the horses, after the elephants, after the cows. They had cows also, Goshala, Ashwashala and Gajashala. And then you have to have doctors for all of them, Vaidyas, and food preparers and servants. So she was managing all that. She was very good at that. So maybe these 200 ladies will also assist her. So, and these 200 were not just that, they were just 200, they were also nicely decorated. All of them with a lot of ornaments. They were also just like princes, because they're friends, and friends means equal. They have to be dressed like them, they have to be beautiful. That is the beauty. So just like if some big person moves, then he moves with many people, and many people have to be nice, good looking, wealthy, of same standard, they go. So these girls were also like that. So this all went. So Paribarham Upaskaram. Paribarham means this gift. Yane Prayana Samye. So all these were given when they were moving. So in the olden days, when marriage was there, I remember in the childhood, now those things are gone. So marriage party used to be for 3 days. And on the third day, because marriage will actually happen on the second day, first day you just arrive and second day marriage. And third day you leave. And before leaving there is a Vidai ceremony, means sending off ceremony. And that is the time all the gifts are given. So the marriage party sits down, and the father side, they are all there, and then all the gifts are brought there and put in front, and they're actually announced that this much money, this many, whatever, car, ornaments, utensils, cloths, everything is announced. The barber, this is his job. This is one of his job. He will stand up in the assembly. There is an assembly of people. It's a whole ceremony. It's just like when you want to send off respectfully people, they come sit, they are given gift, and then it is announced that this is being given. There are actually many parts to it. The members of both families, they stand up, they meet, and they exchange. The daughter side or the bride side actually gives some money to the each member. So that means the father of the girl will meet the father of the boy, bridegroom. The uncle of the girl will meet the uncle of the grandfather of the girl will meet the grandfather. They come, they hug each other. And then the gift exchange. So it is a ceremony. So that's why it says Yane, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he comments Prayan Samay because he is from old times, so he must be knowing all this. So now all these ceremonies are only in the books, people don't know about them. They are not even in books actually.
Are the relatives of the girl also given some gifts when they exchange, or is it only the...
No, they give to them.
They only give. So
Yeah.
like the uncle of the girl gives the uncle of the boy.
Yeah.
So everybody has to give from the girl's side.
Yeah, they give them, it's generally money. They give some money and embrace. So then everybody gets introduced. It's a way to introduce. Because it used to be joint family, big family. So you don't know who is uncle, who is brother, who is this, who is that. So that's the actually introduction time. So now when all this was given, then they are leaving. So at that time then there is shooting, right? What you call fireworks, music, all this is played. Shankh Turya Mridangascha Nedurdundubhaya Samam Prayan Prakrame Tavad Varvadho Sumangalam. So at that time, various musical instruments were played. So like Shankha is, everybody knows, conch shell, Turiya, Mridanga, Nedu, Dundubhi, this big instrument. So all these instruments, they were played at that time. Prayana Prakrame, when they were just leaving, when the journey begins, then the music is played. So this is for the auspiciousness. So Sumangalam Varavadho, for the auspicious journey of bride and bridegroom. So this is done, the chanting of mantras by the brahmanas, throwing of this laja and rice and all that. They also throw. And then the ladies, they come and they put some ghee on the hand and some turmeric, and they put the hand on the back, especially of the bridegroom's father. So you get a thappa, it's like a stamp. So this is a sending off ceremony. Pathi pragrahinam kansam abhasyaha sharirvak asyastvamashtamo garbho hanta mam vahase buddha. So now when all this happened, everybody is happy, everything is auspicious, then suddenly the situation changes. So Kamsa was on his way, they already moved, and he is holding the ropes. Then there was an announcement from the sky. There was nobody, but the voice from the sky was heard. And the voice said, "You fool, Abudha, the very girl whom you are carrying or driving, her 8th child will be your killer." So this is a very big jolt. This is called Rang Mein Bhang. Right? So what is called in English, they call it buzzkill. Right? You know this word, buzzkill? Yes. So this was a buzz killer, that suddenly the joy disappeared. Kamsa, who was very happy and driving, and probably they're sitting and they're talking, because Kamsa already knew Vasudeva. See, Vasudeva is not coming there for the first time. He already married 7 sisters of Devaki. So Kamsa has good acquaintance with him. So they were probably moving, talking, joking, and then suddenly you hear this voice, which is very unusual. Because there's nobody, they look up in the sky, there's nobody there, but the sound is coming. So when Kamsa hears this, he stops in his tracks, and his whole mood changes, as we will see. So big trouble started. So pragrahinam grihita ashwapasham. So pragrahinam here is adjective of Kamsa, who was holding the reins of the horses. Abhashya, so it spoke as follows: Are Kamsa, O Kamsa, iti sambodhya, so calling him like this. Putra iti anuktya garbha padopannyaso ashtamyam kanyayam drishtayam api Kansasya sandeha abhavaya. So Sri Vishnath Chakravarti makes a nice observation that here in the sloka it is not said that the 8th son will kill you, but it says that the 8th garbha. Garbha means womb. Here you can think means the child in the womb. So here if you say putra, then it becomes son, right? But if you say garbha, then there is suspense. It's a male or a female or LGBTQ plus, right? You don't know. So he says, why did he say like this? Why the voice made it so ambiguous and did not make a clear statement? So he says, this was made so that when Kamsa will see the girl, because when Kamsa got the news that 8th child has been born to Devaki, he came running there and he sees the girl. So if he would have said that 8th son will kill you, then he would spare the girl. But he said it's the 8th child. So therefore he did not doubt. Otherwise you will think, what is this? And then he may start threatening them that you are playing some game, where is the boy? Maybe you are hiding, maybe this, maybe that. But it only said that the 8th child. So therefore the word garbha has been used. So Devakyam Swajanyam Ati Snehavantam Kamsam Katham Bhagavan Hanyat. iti chinta vyagrānam devanam tasyam kansasya aparādha utpādanārtham iyam ākāṣe adrishta sharirinam tesham vani jaya. So he is saying that who spoke this? Who spoke this? So he says these were the devas. So why did they speak like this? So they thought that this Kansa is so affectionate towards Devaki. And when Krishna will be born, then he will think, how can I kill him? He is so affectionate towards my mother. So swa jananyam atisnehavantam kansam katham bhagavan hanyat. So the devas thought that how Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna would kill Kamsa, who is so affectionate towards Devaki. So therefore we have to do something so that he turns against her. And then Krishna would have no problem in killing him. Like this. Because actually maternal uncle is very affectionate. The relationship with maternal uncle is very, very affectionate. So how Krishna is going to kill Kamsa, and especially he has so much love for his mother. So they thought like this. So they became Chinta Vyagra. They became in anxiety that he is coming and he will not kill him. So then his coming will go in vain. Therefore let's disturb. So therefore Kansasya aparādha utpādanārtha. So to make Kansa act in an offensive way towards Devaki, these people, they spoke hidingly without showing their bodies. So adrishta shariranam. They were not visible. They just spoke, hiding behind the clouds. Swajanmani anak dundubhi ghosham swasmad bhavi bhagavadavar suchkam matradi mukhad shrutvato vasudevasya tadartha nishyartham. Yes.
And why did the devas want to have Kamsa killed?
Because he was so oppressive. There's all these Akasur, Baghasur, Pralambasur, they were all his followers, and they are the one who were terrorizing everybody. So otherwise what is the burden on earth? So they wanted that. So then he gives another reason. There are different reasons given. This is one reason. Another reason is that when Vasudeva was born, then some musical instrument, Anak Dundubhi, Anak type of percussion instrument, I think, and Dundubhi is just like a Sahnai. So they were played in the sky. That's why he is also called Anak Dundubhi. One of the names for Vasudeva is Anak Dundubhi, because these musical instruments were played. So then when Vasudeva grew up, he heard from his mother that these instruments were played because Bhagavan will take birth as his son. So now he is already married so long. He had 12 other wives, right? Total 13. This is the 13th one. And no Bhagavan has come. So he may be thinking, what is this? I heard this from my mother, but I don't see any Bhagavan coming. Maybe that's why he married Devaki. So he says this is to confirm, to ascertain, to inform him that don't worry, he is coming. He will come from Devaki. So Vasudeva Mukhat Shoshantya Devakyasya Hant Matkuksho Bhagwan Janishyate iti Anandartha. And we don't know when, because this is the first time they are meeting, that Devaki has heard also from the mouth of Vasudeva that Bhagavan will take birth from her. So to increase the pleasure of Devaki, they spoke, but where is the pleasure? Kansa wants to kill her now. But this is Marichi Sutanam Shannam Kansa Hasta Vadhena Shapo Udharartham cha. Then there is also a story that Marichi had 6 sons who were cursed by Brahma, right? Brahma cursed them because they were laughing. When Brahma, when he was running after his daughter, then they were laughing. He says, "Look at this old fellow. What is happening to him?" So then Brahma cursed them. So they have to be born and they will be killed by Kansa. So they have to be killed. So who is going to kill them? Kansa. So therefore this... Right. So therefore this Kansa Hasta Vadhena Shapodhara. So they will be killed by Kamsa and they will be thus released from the curse of Brahma. So this is also. So these are different reasons given by that. So now we will stop here and then we will see what Kansa does. How does he react to this? How would one react if someone hears like this?
Babaji,
Yes.
you said that Krishna lives eternally in Mathura.
Yes.
But then what about the Vaikuntha, Golok Vaikuntha?
कोई गोलोक वोलोक नहीं है, कहाँ गोलोक, यही है.
यही है.
Yes.
ठीक है. अब अप्राकृत जो आप कह रहे थे.
Yeah, it is here only.
ठीक
There is no other Goloka.
है.
You mentioned in the beginning how that avatars typically come down from Vaikuntha, but this doesn't mean that they are no longer there and now are here. Or could you explain a little bit more what it means to come down from Vaikuntha?
Each avatar has his own abode, like Vamandev, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha. So when they appear here, they come from there, go back. But Krishna just manifests.
So coming means like I leave my room and come here to the temple and then go back?
Yeah.
It's not that they also just appear here and then become unmanifest, but they really leave from there and bring their people and so on.
Yes.
Okay. And then the big difference is that with Krishna this is not the case.
Yeah, because they do not have their abode here. Krishna's abode is here, manifest and unmanifests.
And then at the time when the avatar takes place of Krishna, then the unmanifest and the manifest become one.
Right.
Okay. So both the associates and also the dham, the place.
Everything.
So then, Babaji, this will reconcile the verse from Bhagavad Gita, Yada Yada Hi Dharmashya. Because
Yes.
then he doesn't descend as avatar, so all other avatars merge in him and then he comes.
Yes.
or he manifest.
Yeah, when he comes, all avatars are in him.
And this will also justify then Krishna is not called Avatara then because he doesn't descend.
Yes.
Thank you.
Haribol Babaji, when it is said that Krishna becomes manifest, means that he becomes perceivable to everybody?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Thank you.
Babaji, when we say that the avatars descend, so does that mean that at that time there is no one in Vaikuntha?
They descend with the whole Vaikuntha. Wherever they go is the Vaikuntha. Yeah, it can be that way also, but generally they come with their associates. See, they don't come for a long time. Like Nrsimhadev, how long did he come? For a short period. And then he goes back, so that much is not a big absence.
Apart from Sri Ramchandraji and Krishna, I think all other or Buddha, others are very short period.
No, Ramchandra is not short period. Ramchandra was ruling 11,000 years.
No, I'm saying other than Ramchandra, Krishna and Buddha.
Yes. Buddha is not a Vishnu avatar. I mean, he is not a Vishnu tattva. He is only Avesh.
Right. Another question was that you had said that these 8 or 9 cities are these moksha giving. They give that liberation. But then we also hear of these 4 dham like Dwarka, Jagannath Puri, Rameshwaram and Badrinath. So only Dwarka is mentioned in that moksha giving, not Jagannath Puri, and any particular reasons?
Well, if it is not mentioned, does not mean that it cannot give. But these 7 are popularly known like that. It does not deny the other ones. So they are also there.
So these Leela avatars come for a very short period only, but when Krishna manifests and they all merge into his body, then they are there for 120 years with him. So at that time, as you said, they come with the whole abode, everything.
No, their abode can remain there and they can expand. It doesn't mean that they are going to make their place empty and come here.
So they have another form there.
Yeah. It's basically to explain that he is Swam Bhagavan. Simple. That is the basic idea. Okay.
Babaji, I have a question.
Yes.
In the Bhagavad Sandarbha, it's explained that Krishna as Shyamasundar is present at every point in space, everywhere, and not only in Vrindavan. So I guess the way to understand it then is that he only chooses to become perceivable in Mathura and Vrindavan, and not in New York City, for example. Is that right?
Yes, he manifests in his Leela only in these specific places. Other places he remains unmanifest. Because as we have been reading that his manifestation is for a certain purpose. And one of them is to give pleasure to his devotees. So if devotees are there, then he is there. If devotees are not there, what is he going to do with them? They have nothing to do with him. They are also not interested in him, and he is also not interested in them. So when we say that he comes to remove the burden, that is for devotees. So that's why he comes in these places, or he manifests in these places.
Thank you.
Haribol Babaji,
Yes.
yes, just very quickly, I didn't understand your answer about Buddha. You said that he is not a Vishnu avatar, but he is Avesh.
Means he is a Jiva who is empowered. He is not an expansion of Vishnu.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain avatars, they are called Avesha avatar. Avesha means like empowered. So they are just empowered to do certain work. In that sense, they are called avatar. All right.